Hello students, I am Dr. KOMAL, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Assistant Professor in KOMAL and JAYOTI PEET Women's University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. So today's session we will talk about nutrition. Nutrition which is normal requirement and common food resources. So first of all, we know what is nutrition. So nutrition is the science that interprets the interaction of nutrients and other substance in food in relation to maintain growth, reproduction, health, and illness of the organism. Poor diet may have an injurious impact on health, causing deficiency diseases. In the other words, nutrients is defined as the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. And now, in this session, we will learn about each nutrient in more detail. We will learn about the major category of nutrients, the main source of these, their functions, and how our body uses each of these nutrients for healthy growth and development. There are 7 main classes of nutrients that the body needs. These are carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, fibers, and waters. It is important that everyone consume these 7 nutrients on daily basis to help them build their body and maintain their health. Deficiencies, excesses, and imbalance in diet can provide negative impact on health, which may lead to diseases. And now, nutrients, primary functions. Nutrients, first of all, water. Dissolve and carry nutrients. Remove wastage and regulate body temperature. Now, protein. Protein builds new tissue, antibodies, enzymes, hormones, and other compounds. Carbohydrates provide energy. Fat provide long-term energy, insulation, and protection. Vitamins facilitate use of other nutrients, involved in regulating growth and manufacturing hormones. And now minerals. Minerals help in growth of bone and teeth, aid in muscle function and nervous system activity. So first, macronutrients. Macronutrients on the amount of the nutrients that each person needs to consume on a daily basis. These nutrients are categorized into 2 groups. These are macronutrients which should be consumed in fairly large amount and micronutrients which are only required in a small amount. So macronutrients in details, macro means large. As their name suggests, these are nutrients which people needs to eat regularly and in fairly large amount. They include carbohydrate, fat, protein, fibers, and water. These substances are needed for the supply of energy and growth, for metabolism and other body function. Now, metabolism means the process involved in the generation of energy and all the building blocks requirement to maintain the body and its function. Now, macronutrients provides a lots of calorie, but the amount of calorie provided varies depending on the food sources. For example, each gram of carbohydrate or protein provide 4 calorie, while fat provides 9 kilocalorie for each gram. And the second, micronutrients. Micronutrients are substance which people needs in their diet in only small amount. These include minerals and vitamins. Although most foods are mixture of nutrients, many of them contain a lots of one nutrients and a little of other nutrients. Foods are often grouped according to nutrients that they can in abundance. Food that contain a lots of protein are called bodybuilding foods or growing food. Food that contain a lots of fat or carbohydrate and perhaps only a little protein is called energy giving food. Now, food in which the most important nutrients are vitamin and minerals are called protective foods. So there are three categories which having protein in lots, growing foods, and little protein called energy giving foods, and other category which the important nutrients, vitamin and minerals, that's called protective foods. Now, macronutrients, first is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are referred to as energy giving foods. They provide energy in the form of calorie that the body needs to be able to work and to support other functions. Carbohydrates are needed in a large amount by the body. Indeed, up to 65% of our energy comes from carbohydrates. They are the body's main source of fuel because they are easily converted into energy. This energy is usually in the form of glucose, which all tissues and cells in our body readily use. For the brain, kidney, central nervous system, and muscles to function properly, they need carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are usually stored in muscles and the liver, where they are later used for energy. The main source of carbohydrates are bread, wheat, potato, for all kinds, maize, rice, cassava, shiro, pasta, macaroni, cocoa, banana, sweet sugarcane, sweet fruits, and honeys. Other foods like vegetables, beans, nuts, seeds contain carbohydrates but in a lesser amount. So, classification in carbohydrates. Now, protein. About 10 to 35% of calories should comes from protein. Protein are needed in our diet for growth, especially important for children, teens, and pregnant women, and to improve immune function. They also play an important role in making essential hormone and enzymes in tissue repair, preserving lean muscle mass, and supplying energy in times when carbohydrates are not available. Pregnant women needs protein to build their body and that of babies and placenta to make extra blood for fat storage. Breastfeeding mothers needed also. And the main source of proteins are meat, chicken, eggs, breast milk, beans, groundnuts, lentils, fish, cheese, and milk. All animals' food contain more protein than plant, and therefore usually better source of bodybuilding food. However, even through plain protein are usually not as good for bodybuilding as animal protein. They can become more effective nutritionally when both are mixed each other. And the third is fats and oil. Fats and oils are concentrated source of energy and so are important nutrients for young children who needs a lots of energy rich foods. Fats can also make meals more tasty and satisfying. Fat is found in meat, chicken, milk product, butter, cream, avocado, cooking oils, and fat cheese, fishes, brown nuts, etc. Classifications of fats. The fats are classified into saturated and unsaturated types. The classification important to enable you to advise your community about which fats can be consumed with less risk of people health. Saturated fat are not good for the person health. Saturated fats are usually solid at the room temperature. Eating too much saturated fat is not good for a person's health as it can cause heart and blood vessels problem. Now, unsaturated fat are usually liquid at room temperature. These type of fats are healthy fats. Example include fats from fish oil, seeds, sesame and sunflower, maize oil and groundnut oil and breast milk. As a general rule, plant source of fats are better for person health than the animal source because animal fats contain more saturated fats. Now fibers. Fibers is the mixture of different carbohydrates which are not digested not digested like to other nutrients, but passes through the guts nearly unchanged. Food rich in fibers are pocho, vegetables like cabbage, costa, carrot, cassava, fruits like banana and avocado, peas and beans, whole grain cereals like wheat flour and refined maize, etc. Including fibers in the diet. Fiber should be included in the diet for the following reasons. Fiber make food bulky and bigger. This can help a person who is overweight to eat less food. Fiber makes the feces soft and bulky. This can help prevent constipation. Fibers slow the absorption of nutrients, so it's help nutrients to enter the bloodstream slowly. This is important for patients with diabetic mellitus. And now vitamins. Vitamins are the group of related substances present in a small amount of foodstuffs are necessary for the body of functions normally. Vitamins are also called protective foods. They are grouped together because, as their name implies, they are vital factor in the diet. Classifications of vitamins. First, fat-soluble vitamins and fat water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamin and water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins is vitamin A, D, E, K are soluble in fat and fat solvent. They are soluble in water. They are insoluble in water. So these are utilized only if there is enough fat in the body. And the water soluble vitamins is B and C or folic acids are soluble in water, and so they cannot be stored in the body. Here are the list vitamin function and food resources. First of all, vitamin A, night night visions, healing epithelial cells normally develop of teeth and bones. Breast milk, tomato, cabbage, pumpkins, mangoes, papaya, carrot leaves, egg yolk, etc. में मिलते हैं. Vitamin D needed for the absorption of calcium for the small intestine, calcification of the skeleton. Ultraviolet light from sun, eggs, butters, fish, fortified oil, etc. में मिलते हैं. Vitamin K function is for blood clotting. Green leafy vegetables, fruits, cereals, meat, dairy product, etc. में they are found. The complex metabolism of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. These food resources is milk, egg yolk, liver, kidney, heart, whole grain cereals, meat, whole bread, fish, and banana, etc. And the epithelial cells form the thin layer of tissue lining the gut, respiratory, and genitourinary systems. Calcification refers to hardening of bone by calcium deposition. Scurvy is a disease caused by vitamin C deficiency, which leads to sore skin, bleeding gums, and internal bleeding. And the last is minerals. Minerals are the substance that people need to ensure the health and correct working of their soft tissue, fluid, and their skeleton. Example of minerals include calcium, iron, iodine, fluorine, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, selenium, and sodium. Now, outline of the function of some of these important minerals and example of sources, food, and each of these. First of all, calcium. Calcium's function is gives bone and teeth rigidity and strength. Food resources is milk, cheese, and dairy product. Food fortified with calcium, examples flour, cereal, eggs, and fish cabbage. Now, iron function is formation of hemoglobin. Food sources, meat and meat product. Eggs, bread, green leafy vegetable, pulses, fruits, etc. And iodine functions for normal metabolism of cell. Food sources is iodized, iodized salt, sea vegetables, yogurt, cow milk, egg, and cheese. Fish plant grows in iodine-rich soil. And last, zinc. Function for children to grow and development normally. For wound healing, food sources is maize and fish, breast milk, and meat. Beans, chlorine helps to keep teeth strong, water. So that's all about this session. I hope you like this video and it is very beneficial to you. So thank you.